Buy now, pay later does not feel like debt. No interest, no paperwork, no letter through the door. Just a few small payments spread over a few weeks, done. That feeling is not an accident. It was the design. And until July 2026, the law in Britain agreed with it. For years, this kind of borrowing sat outside the rules that cover almost every other way of owing money. There was an exemption in the regulations built around how the repayments were structured. Agreements that qualified did not count as regulated credit. They counted as something lighter, something the rules did not need to watch. Think about what that meant in practice. A regulated lender is required to assess whether you can afford to borrow. Here, nobody was required to check. If something went wrong with a credit card, you could take a complaint to the financial ombudsman. Not here. And on many credit card purchases, if the goods never arrived, the law made the lender responsible alongside the shop. Here, that protection did not exist. The debt charity step change puts it plainly. Buy now, pay later is a form of credit. Fall behind and you are in debt to the company. But if it never felt like debt, how big could it quietly get? The Financial Conduct Authority counted. In the 12 months to May 2024, 1 in 5 adults in the UK used Buy Now, Pay Later. That is 10.9 million people. 2 years earlier, it was 8.8 million. Still climbing. The market tells the same story, faster. By the FCA's own estimate, Buy Now, Pay Later in the UK was worth around £60 million in 2017. By 2024, over 13 billion. And it is not spread evenly. Among 25 to 34-year-olds, usage rises to 30%. Among adults with low financial resilience, 30%. In the most deprived areas of the country, 29%, against 20% of the population as a whole. The people with the least room in their budgets use it the most. The FCA's research found something else. People who use Buy Now, Pay Later are almost twice as likely to be in serious financial distress as the rest of the UK population. 1.9 million people used it 10 or more times in a single year. At the FCA's last count, 5.3 million people had £50 or more still outstanding. 1.1 million owed 500 or more. So what actually happens when one of those small payments slips? First, look at why it feels so light on the way in. A credit card shows you one number, and the number follows you, month after month. Buy Now, Pay Later shows you a handful of small numbers instead. Klarna's Pay in 3 splits a purchase into 3 equal payments. 1 at the checkout, 1 after 30 days, 1 after 60. Clearpay splits it into 4 across 6 weeks. No interest on any of them. Even being late sounds gentle. As their published terms stand in 2026, a late fee is £5 at Klarna. At Clearpay, £6, and a further £6 if it is still unpaid a week later, capped at £24 or a quarter of the order, whichever is lower. An interest rate registers as debt. A £5 fee registers as a parking ticket. But miss a payment, and these products behave like debt. Not according to critics, according to the company's own terms. Klarna's terms say missed payments may be sent to debt collection. Clearpay's say unpaid debt may be passed to a debt collection agency and reported to credit reference agencies. And step change notes that missed Buy Now, Pay Later payments show on your credit file. That collection can lead to court action or even bailiffs. The marks are becoming more visible too. Since June 2022, Klarna has reported its UK customers' payments to Experian and TransUnion. And from July 2026, Klarna's own pages describe that reporting as a legal requirement. The debt that never felt visible now leaves a visible record. One more detail is worth sitting with. In Citizens Advice's last published research on this from 2022 and 2023, this borrowing was not mainly funding treats. 1 in 12 people had used it to cover essentials, food, toiletries. 1 in 5 users had missed a payment or paid late inside a year. And among people with a payment due in the last month, nearly a third borrowed money to make the repayment. Borrowing to repay the thing that never felt like borrowing. Then, in July 2026, the law changed. From the 15th of July, Buy Now Pay Later is regulated by the Financial Conduct Authority. Lenders now have to check that you can afford to repay before they lend. They have to set out clearly what you are agreeing to. If things go wrong, you can take a complaint to the Financial Ombudsman, and if goods never arrive, the same protection a credit card would have given now applies here too. That is genuinely good news. It closes a gap that stood open while that market grew more than 200-fold. But there is a complication, and it is easy to miss. The new protection only runs forwards. The regulator's own guidance is blunt about it. Any agreement taken out before the 15th of July 2026 remains unregulated. The new rights do not reach back. Think about what that means. The years without affordability checks were the years it grew to 10.9 million users, including the people already in serious distress. And whatever is still owed from before that date is owed on the old terms. No checks behind it, no ombudsman ahead of it. The rules arrived after the borrowing, and rules like these do not turn around. None of this needs a villain. The products operated inside the law as it stood. The harder question is why the law stood that way for so long, while a £60 million market became a £13 billion one. So bring it back to the feeling. Buy now. Pay later does not feel like debt for 2 reasons. It was designed not to. And for years, the law treated the feeling as true. There is only one distinction worth keeping from all of this. This is credit, not a payment method. If missing a payment can trigger a fee and a mark on your credit file, treat it as debt, whatever the checkout button calls it. And if you have used it without ever thinking of it as borrowing, that is not carelessness. The product was built so it would not feel like borrowing. Until this year, the law agreed with the feeling. Noticing it late is not a personal failure, it is the design working. So here is the one move, not a plan, not a budget overhaul. Tonight, open every app or account that has a plan running. Every pay in 3, every pay in 4. Write the amounts down in one place and add them up, not to judge the number. Just so the total exists somewhere, the way it would if it were all on one statement. Many people find the total is smaller than the dread of it. Some find it is bigger than they thought. Either way, a number you can see is a number you can deal with. And if the number feels heavy, it does not have to be carried alone. Step Change and Citizens Advice offer free, confidential debt advice. Money Helper is free and backed by the government. There is no level of debt you have to reach before you are allowed to talk to them. It was built not to feel like debt. Seeing the total in one place is how you give yourself back the feeling, not the panic, just the information. Because the feeling of debt in the right dose is not your enemy. It is what lets you face a number while it is still small. If this helped something make sense, you can subscribe for more calm explanations of how money pressure actually works in the UK.